Hey guys, DVSGames here. Welcome to another video. We're back on the progression account. We are barely about to 6-star Bella. I just finished getting her 2A XP as well, but we needed a skill up. So I did go ahead and get that last Inugami up to... I got that last Inugami up to 5-star, so I could just use it to 6-star her. And we'll go ahead and we'll take that. Because... now we're going to go ahead and get her a little bit more XP. That way she's not so low in level. I don't know why. They changed it recently that your stats didn't reset. So that's actually really cool. But at the same time, it used to be a thing that you were like, okay, well, now that I got them leveled up, I gotta actually get started on getting their stats up. So you wanted to get them up as quickly as possible. Real quick, guys, the Black Friday special of the day is the 3 scrolls for 100 crystals. It's not really the best deal. It's about 50% off from the regular small summon pack. And although I highly advise that you don't spend your money on summons, because they're on special, I'm going to pick them up. I think that puts us at a total of 8 summons for the moment. So... oh. Nope, not quite. Where am I going? Here we are. So we'll go ahead and pick those up. We'll summon them real quickly. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll go ahead and summon them real quickly. I do happen to have my Giants B12 team running in the background. So we're getting some runes as we're doing that. As far as the events go, hey, Lightning, what do we get? Lupinus, that's cool. We can use her for a fusion. Not exactly sure which fusion she's used for, but I'm sure we'll need her. And we'll need that fusion eventually. I think it's John, if I'm not sure. Or Jean. Not sure how you pronounce it. Either way, we'll go ahead and use her somewhere on down the line. Couple of more fodder food. She's actually not bad for a Giants team, and also for a Rift team. So we can possibly build her if we don't get anything else usable for a while. We do have an LD scroll and a legendary, so we'll go ahead and summon those as well. Still no lightning on this account for the LDs. And silver is not something that we can typically use, so that'll probably end up just being held on to until they buff him. Out of the legendary, what do we get? Oh, we got a Tanya. Alright, so Wind Assassin, not super amazing. Can be used. We probably won't use her for a while, but can be used in certain situations for Guild Wars. As you can see, this is a team that I'm currently running now. Like I said, it's safer than the Lucian team. The Lucian team does work, but it does happen to fail every, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 runs. This team, it's a lot slower. It's almost double the time. But it is very consistent. It doesn't fail. Even when things die, eventually it comes down to just the Giant versus Veramos or versus Melia, and then the dots just tick off and kill him. So we're doing alright there. As far as farming goes, of course I say that it's about to end up losing watch. And currently we are looking at about 500 runes. These are, for the most part, all going to be 6-star runes. I'll be making a video later on where I go through and actually sort them out. They're really not, a lot of them are not good runes, a lot of them are not bad runes, a lot of them are just there. But like this vampire rune, it's one of the ones that you start with. This fight rune, not bad, not bad. Of course, these are all 5-star runes that we're not going to end up keeping. We'll end up purging most of those. But one of the things that I think strongly believe in is that when you first get your account up and running, you want to make sure that you have a farming team that can get you your 6-star runes. And then you want to farm up 600 runes. After that, you start building specific monsters that will use those runes. So we're almost there, as you can see. And once we do get there, we'll go ahead and we'll see what we got. Aside from that, we have our Bella that we can 2A. So let's go ahead and do that now. This will actually help us build up our Dragons team for B12. And at the moment, we can currently clear it with friends' help, but we don't want that. We actually want to be able to clear it on our own. If we take a look at our profile here, we do have a Dragons B12 team built. It is super slow. So we're actually going to try to make it a little bit faster. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to replace the Crow with the Belladion. And it'll give us multiple strips and a little bit more damage. We're also going to start working on the Sigmaris fusion so that we can get a team going specifically for that. I have started working on the Icarus for the Trikaru team, but we do want our Dragons B12 team to be in place so that we can start farming those guard runes. Unfortunately, the Ikaru team is very slow, so it does take anywhere from 3 to 4.5 minutes to actually make one level 5 run, and that's just because my monsters don't have good enough stats, so we have to take out both towers, not just one. As you can see here, I have been going through and making sure that I clear as much of this as I can. I've been trying to get all 40 or all 12 of the little missions done daily. Currently I only got one more that I can collect here. We've collected crystals. We got 2 more tickets so that we can get our LD scroll, so we're going to be looking forward to that. The repetitive mission event is going on as well. And for this, I've been in Kairos. I got half of that done. Dimensional Hole, I've been trying to get that done as well. So we'll go ahead and be collecting these. Those runes in particular, I want just because of the fact that we're farming rage runes or pieces for Karzan, which gives us the rage runes that we're looking for, and blade runes. These will give us ancient swift runes that I'm looking for, and in the long run I'll need them. So right now I want to get them as soon as I can. Rift of Worlds, I did get started on getting the crafting materials for my homunculus and for some fight runes, so those will be coming shortly. Guild content, my guild is not very active, so I am trying to get as much of the content done as I can. Currently, if you take a look at Tartarus, we've been in it for a while, and we really haven't opened up a whole lot. If you look at our contribution, we're number 1, and we've only got 530 points. It's not a whole lot, but like I said, we deal with what we got, and at the moment, we're currently doing everything on normal. I believe on the time limit one, we can get to the hard levels, or the stages 11 to 15, which is considered hard. And as far as our guild battles, we have our guild rival going on, so I'll go ahead and get that taken care of. That'll add 8 more guild events that will count towards that count. Got 48 dimensional hole energy. That's all going to be going into the Icarus now. We do happen to have 1 arena wing, so I guess we can go ahead and take care of that while we're here. And of course, it's against our buddy Greedy, so we'll just go ahead and get that out of the way. I did go, I did summon just a random couple of scrolls off screen, and I ended up pulling Talia, the water twin. So now we're going to start saving our summon stone so that we can target her when she comes back into, when Sabrina comes back into rotation. And we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. As far as missions are concerned, what do we have here? We've got power-ups. Cool, we'll get that. It's a little bit of extra mana. And let's see, how are we doing here? Got an Angelmon, a couple more runes. Once we get those up to, like I said, about 600, I'm going to go ahead and make a video showing you where I purge everything. And out of those 600, we'll probably end up with maybe 100 usable runes that we might not even have monsters to put them on yet. But from there, we'll be able to start building up our base and start building out all of our monsters. So I hope you guys tune back in for that one. As of right now, the account's kind of stalled out. As I said, we've got, let's see, let's take a look at the monsters that we do have. We have our Giants team, which is our dot team, not 100% ready to go, mainly because our Lucian doesn't hit hard enough. He needs about, I would say, 400 more attack, needs about 10 more speed. No, for the team to work properly, he needs about 25 more speed. He needs at least 23 more crit rate and another 30 crit damage, at least, maybe 35 crit damage. The Melia, we can work on her and make her stats get to where we need them to be. We have our Soth. He works well for what he is at right now, but we could definitely use another 5,000 HP on him, and we can adjust his speed to go where he needs to go. Aside from that, we haven't built a second Melia, so at this point, we can either use our Veramos lead for additional dots, or we can use the Lucian lead for additional damage, and we can bring in our Rauk, who will team up and deal additional damage that way. Or we could even bring in Fran for additional heals. And then Tattoo, her stats actually work well for her. All that we need to do is adjust her speed a little bit, depending on where we end up with the rest of our team. She doesn't need to be 2-aid. She doesn't need to be 6-star. She can be 2-aid and work just fine. She has a shield set on to give her a little bit more survivability. But that's our dot team. Currently, the team that we're using is obviously not that. We are using the Veramos, who is about 200 speed. He's on Violet. We're using the Fran, who is a little bit slower than him. So after he stuns everything, hopefully, she'll go ahead and buff everybody up. Then we use Lauren for defense breaks. And then we also got the Crow in that team, who is going to just come in and clean up with all the additional damage that's on there. We're currently using Melia because she gives a bunch of extra dots. But again, Melia doesn't have to be Melia. It can be someone else. It can be either another support. Like, it could definitely be Arbella. It could definitely be a Megan, which is not here. She's in storage. Or it could be a Bernard that's going to be speeding everybody up so that they take more turns more consistently. His stats are really, really low for what he is. He's on 5 Swift runes. Oh wait, here's the Megan. So Megan is actually at 200 speed. It definitely wouldn't hurt. We could use her if we needed to. But we got the Giants team done. Dragons B12 team will be coming up shortly. We're gonna start working on Trikaru, and I gotta start working on the regular R5, not BJR5, not yet. We don't have all the mons we need. We don't have the runes that we need. But we will be working towards it little by little. As of right now, this is where we're at. So, as I said, it's not a super fast team. It takes its time. As I said, it goes between, there's 230, 230, 230, 210, 230, 253. It's almost a 3-minute run. If you're just starting out on an account, or you're a more casual player, speedruns are super awesome. They are super amazing. However, remember, if you're running 100 times and you're failing 80% of those times, just because of the fact that your team isn't synced correctly, or your Lucian AI derps, or for whatever reason, that costs you a lot of energy. And if you're a free-to-play player or a low-spin player, that's going to end up being very detrimental to you growing your account. If you have a team that is very consistent but takes a long time, that's fine. You'll get the rewards the same as a person who runs 100 runs in 30 minutes. The thing is that you really just want to make sure that you're consistent and that you're always going to be getting the reward. Aside from that, guys, there's not a whole lot to report on this time. We're about 4.5. Well, we're 5 days in. We're about to lose our buff. So when you come back, I believe you get this for. I believe you get it for 5 days. It might be for 7. So either way, we're 5 or 7 days back into this account. We've used up everything that we had, with the exception of our XP, and we're just trying to We're trying to get as many of the monsters back up to where we need them. Like I said, we're not doing this in a quick progression anymore. We're going to do a steady, streamlined progression. We're going to get to where we need to be with each part of the account. So part 1 was get your GB12 team done. We got that. We got a consistent team. We want to get 600 runes. Then we need to get our DB12 team done. And then we need to start building our Trikaru, and we start building our raid team. I'm sorry, I know it sounds very repetitive, and right now there's not a whole lot to report on. It's basically just building and building and building. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for coming in and checking it out. Hope you guys have a good one. Laters.